Welcome back to Man City News Now, your primary source for everything happening in the Premier League as we enter the most critical stretch of the season. I'm your host, and today we have a massive amount of ground to cover. While we are all focused on the blue side of Manchester, what happened yesterday at Elland Road has sent ripples throughout the entire league. When we talk about the title race, we often focus only on the top 2 or 3 teams, but the drama at the bottom of the table creates an environment of pure desperation that affects every single match day. Yesterday, Leeds United hosted Burnley in a game that many predicted would be a cagey, nervous affair. Instead, we saw a clinical performance that changed the outlook for both clubs and shifted the pressure onto the team sitting at the top of the mountain. And we're going to break down the key players who decided this game and look at how the updated standings impact City's march toward another trophy. The atmosphere at Elland Road was nothing short of hostile for the visiting Burnley side. Leeds knew they needed to start fast to keep their survival hopes alive, and they did exactly that. The man who set the tone was Anton Stark. In just the 8th minute of play, Stack found himself in a pocket of space as the Burnley defence failed to clear their lines effectively. With a composed finish, he put Leeds 1-0 up and the stadium erupted. This goal was vital because it forced Burnley to change their entire approach. Burnley has struggled all season with consistency, and falling behind so early put them in a position where they had to take risks. For the remainder of the first half, Leeds looked like the superior side, moving the ball with a level of confidence we haven't seen from them in weeks. They controlled the midfield and kept Burnley's creative players quiet, heading into the tunnel with a deserved lead. If the first half was about control, the start of the second half was about total destruction. Leeds came out for the second period looking to kill the game off immediately. In the 52nd minute, Noah Okafor stepped into the spotlight. Okafor has been a player to watch lately, and he showed exactly why with a brilliant piece of movement in the box. He anticipated the cross, got ahead of his marker, and doubled the lead to 2-0. But Leeds weren't satisfied with 2. Just 4 minutes later, in the 56th minute, the veteran Dominic Calvert-Lewin effectively put the game to bed. It was a classic striker's goal. Positioning, strength, and a clinical finish. In a span of just 240 seconds, Leeds went from a narrow lead to a dominant 3-0 cushion. This was a masterclass in taking your chances when they matter most. Burnley did manage to find a way back into the scorebook in the 71st minute through Loum Chawuna, who took his goal well, but the damage was already done. The Leeds defence tightened up for the final 20 minutes, ensuring there would be no late comeback. The final whistle blew at 3-1, a result that felt like a massive weight being lifted off the shoulders of the Leeds faithful. Now let's look at what this means for the Premier League table, because this is where things get really interesting for us here at Man City News Now. With this win, Leeds United has climbed to 14th place. That is a huge jump that gives them some much-needed breathing room as they head into their final fixtures. For Burnley, however, the situation is dire. They remain in 19th place, and the gap between them and safety is starting to look like a mountain they might not be able to climb. But let's talk about the summit. As of right now, Arsenal are leading the Premier League with 73 points after 34 matches. They have been incredibly consistent, but they are feeling the breath of the champions on their necks. Manchester City are currently in second place with 70 points. Here's the most important statistic of the day. Manchester City has played only 33 matches. That game in hand is everything. If City wins that extra game, we move to 73 points, dead level with Arsenal. At that point, it comes down to goal difference and who has the stronger mental fortitude in the final weeks. Looking further down, Manchester United are in third with 61 points and Liverpool are in fourth with 58. The gap between the top 2 and the rest of the pack is now 12 points. It is officially a 2-horse race. As we look forward, every single match becomes a cup final. For City, the mission is simple but difficult, no mistakes. The Leeds victory over Burnley proves that teams at the bottom will fight for every inch, so City cannot afford to overlook anyone. We have the squad depth, we have the experience, and we have the best manager in the world to see this through. The pressure is now squarely on Arsenal to keep winning, knowing that any slip-up allows City to take full control of their own destiny. It's going to be a heart-stopping finish to the campaign, and we will be here every step of the way to bring you the updates. Thank you for watching Man City News Now. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the weekend's action, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a beat. We want to hear from you. Do you think City will cruise through their game in hand, or is there another twist in the tail? Drop your comments below. We'll see you in the next one. Come on, City.